Have you ever experienced societal pressure to find a partner and felt compelled to fit into the mold of a romantic relationship? In a world where coupling is perceived as the standard of happiness, choosing to remain single can pose a significant challenge. However, according to Stoic philosophy, being single is not merely a personal choice but also a path to personal growth and self-improvement. In today's video, we'll delve into 4 reasons why staying single can be a wise decision, based on the solid principles of Stoic philosophy. From nurturing your true self in solitude, having more time for family and friends, enjoying personal freedom, to saving money, Stoic philosophy demonstrates that happiness isn't always found in coupling, but sometimes in the serenity and independence of single life. Join me on this journey where each step not only deepens our understanding of Stoic philosophy, but also reveals that happiness and inner peace are often found in the quiet and independence of single life. By opening our minds and being ready to embrace the wonderful insights that Stoic philosophy offers, we will uncover the true values of living single. As usual, I have a small challenge for you. Watch the video until the end if you are truly serious about maintaining calm in all situations and developing yourself. Leave a comment with, "I accept the challenge," or simply, "accept the challenge to practice perseverance." Let's start with the first part of today's video. Number 1. Developing your authentic self in solitude. 1. Reflection. In today's noisy and chaotic world, finding time and space for reflection and self-development has become increasingly difficult. However, according to Stoic philosophy, solitude is not a punishment, but a precious gift. It allows us to listen to ourselves, discover our core values, and become our true selves. Solitude, when rightly perceived, can become the ideal environment for us to connect with ourselves on a deeper level. In the silence, we can clearly hear the voice of our soul, often drowned out by the noise of daily life. This is the time to ask ourselves, who am I? What truly matters to me? What is my life's purpose? These questions not only help us understand ourselves better, but also shape our path forward. Living in solitude allows us to practice self-reflection, thereby discovering our hidden strengths and potentials. This process is not easy, but it brings immense rewards for personal growth. Additionally, solitude provides the opportunity to understand and accept our imperfections. We often avoid our weaknesses for fear of judgment by others, but in the quiet of solitude, we can courageously face these weaknesses and learn to improve and grow. This is an essential part of becoming our true selves. We can also find similarities in the teachings of Jesus Christ. In many biblical stories, Jesus sought solitude for reflection and prayer. He often withdrew to quiet places, away from the crowds, to connect with God and find inner peace. A typical example is the story of 40 days in the desert, where Jesus faced temptations and found the spiritual strength to continue his mission. He taught us that solitude is not just a time to rest, but also an opportunity to reconnect and strengthen our faith. The question is, have you spent enough time with yourself? Do you dare to face yourself in silence to discover your true values? These questions are not just self-examination, but also an invitation to embark on a journey of self-discovery and personal development. To further illustrate the importance of solitude and reflection, look at the life of other Stoic philosophers like Epictetus. He lived a simple life and always emphasized the importance of living true to one's nature. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This is a valuable lesson in controlling our emotions and thoughts, a process that solitude can help us perfect. Solitude is not just a time for reflection, but also a time to learn and cultivate knowledge. Reading books, writing journals, and practicing meditation are excellent ways to make the most of solitary time. Through this, we not only develop intellectually, but also spiritually, making us stronger and more resilient in the journey of self-development. Through solitude, patience and discipline play crucial roles. Solitude is not always pleasant. Sometimes it brings feelings of loneliness and insecurity, but it is in those moments that we learn to face ourselves, discovering the true values hidden within. Take the example of Nelson Mandela, who spent 27 years in prison. He not only survived those solitary years, but turned them into a time for reflection and spiritual growth. Mandela said, "I am not a saint unless you think of a saint as a sinner who keeps on trying." His perseverance and self-reflection during those solitary years helped him become a symbol of freedom and peace. We must also remember that solitude is an opportunity to connect with nature and find balance in life. Walking in the woods, sitting by the sea, or simply gazing at the night sky, these moments help us relax, recharge, and find serenity. Solitude, when viewed positively, is not just a temporary state, but an essential part of the self-development journey. Use this time to reflect, learn, and grow so that when you return to society, you will be a stronger and more complete version of yourself. In conclusion, solitude is a precious opportunity to develop our true selves. It helps us reflect, discover, and accept ourselves. As Jesus and Stoic philosophers have shown, silence and reflection are not just ways to find inner peace, but also a path to comprehensive development. Be brave enough to face solitude, listen to the voice of your soul, and become the best version of yourself. 2. More time for family and friends. Have you ever felt that you're missing out on precious moments with family and friends because you are caught up in romantic relationships? In Stoic philosophy, family and friendships are extremely important elements, but we often easily forget their value when engrossed in a romantic relationship. Living single, from the Stoic perspective, not only gives us more time, but also helps us rediscover and appreciate these relationships. Marcus Aurelius, one of the famous Stoic philosophers, once wrote, "We are born for cooperation, like feet, like hands, like eyelids, like the rows of the upper and lower teeth. To act against one another is contrary to nature." This quote emphasizes that human relationships are essential and natural. In solitude, we have a special opportunity to strengthen and develop these close relationships without being influenced by a romantic relationship. Imagine having more time to sit at the dinner table with your family, listening and sharing daily stories. You can spend weekend afternoons visiting and chatting with friends who may have been forgotten in the busy pace of life. These simple moments not only strengthen bonds but also bring joy and satisfaction in life. Stoic philosophy teaches us that happiness does not come from external things, but from our inner selves and how we perceive life. When we spend time with family and friends, we are investing in relationships that bring true joy and meaning, rather than seeking happiness in uncertain places. To illustrate the importance of family relationships, we can look at the life of Jesus Christ. In the Gospel of Matthew, when asked about his family, Jesus replied, "Who is my mother? Who are my brothers?" He pointed to his disciples and said, "Here are my mother and my brothers. For whoever does the will of my Father in heaven is my brother and sister and mother." Jesus expanded the concept of family, emphasizing that relationships based on love and deep understanding are incredibly important. When living single, we not only have time to nurture family relationships, but also the opportunity to build and maintain genuine friendships. Seneca, in his letters to Lucilius, emphasized that friendship is one of the most precious values a person can have. He wrote, One of the most beautiful qualities of true friendship is to understand and to be understood. When we are not bound by a romantic relationship, we can dedicate time and energy to nurturing these friendships, creating a strong and meaningful support network. An exemplary way to invest in family and friends might be organizing regular family gatherings where everyone can sit, share, and support each other. Or you could start a book club with friends where everyone discusses their favorite books and shares personal perspectives. These activities not only strengthen relationships but also bring a sense of connection and community. Finally, we need to remember that life is not just about connecting with one special person, but is an integration of many important relationships. Being single does not diminish the value of life. On the contrary, it opens the door for us to explore and develop truly meaningful relationships. Spend time with family and friends. Cherish every moment with them, as these are the true values we will carry throughout our lives. Stoic philosophy is not just dry principles, but lively lessons that help us find happiness and peace in the simplest things. And when we understand the value of time spent with family and friends, we will realize that being single is not just a state, but a wonderful opportunity to live a complete and meaningful life. So we are curious to know, have you spent enough time with your family and friends? Do you feel that these relationships are being properly nurtured? Can you confidently explore this answer? Please share your stories and deep insights in the comments section. Next, let's move on to the third secret on our journey to discover why we should be single. But before that, I have a question for you. Have you ever wondered what brings us true freedom? This question invites us to join the discussion about reason number 3. More freedom to do what you want. 3. More freedom to do what you want. Epictetus, a renowned Stoic philosopher, once said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." When we are not bound by a romantic relationship, we can focus on what truly matters to us, something we often overlook when sharing our lives with someone else. This freedom grants us the ability to pursue our personal passions and interests without being limited by the expectations or responsibilities toward a partner. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content on philosophy, personal growth, and living wisely.